Ever since I was a kid watching the Spider Man cartoon, I've been a huge fan, and regardless of what actor is playing him or what iteration of the comic book showrunners use for the source material, I'm gonna have my ass planted comfortably in the middle row to seal clap my favorite hero. And as a treat to longtime fans like myself, this Spider-Man can pretty much be summed up as a love letter to all the different Peter Parker faithful over the past 20 years. Now, even though I really like Tom as Spider-Man, I'm not the biggest fan of his standalone films. The hero's side hustle mixed with high school shenanigan thing just doesn't work for me. But anyway, after Far From Home, Peter no longer has the need to try to keep his identity a secret from his classmates because the whole world knows about him now. But what really drives him into action in this film is that the people closest to him are caught up in the fray. In order to keep his friends from suffering by association, he visits Dr. Strange so he can cast a spell to make everyone forget that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. While trying to alter the spell so that his best friends can still remember what they've been through, it starts to get out of hand and Strange has to pull the plug. But not before a couple of old nemesis are able to worm their way into the current Marvel universe. As I've grown older, it's hard for me to swallow the good guy versus bad guy storylines. It's way easier for me to get behind plots like Black Panther or Captain Marvel, The Punisher, Civil War. You know, the stuff where there's an antagonist, sure, but not necessarily a villain. And Spider-Man, in every universe, is pretty much all about an unwaveringly moral good guy fighting against bad guys. But you pretty much knew that before you bought the ticket. To be specific to this movie though, I really felt they baited us with the end of Far From Home and set this movie up to be something that is really not much focus on. The Peter Parker reveal sets up the events, but after the first half an hour or so, it's pretty much a non-factor. The story is really about the Spider Gang trying to send the villains back to their universe in a way that won't kill them once they get there. I would have thought Peter needed to deal with a lot more problems as a result of this. But after watching this film, I'm thinking, why the fuck do superheroes even have secret identities? They want you to think it's so you can apply for college in peace. But it's actually so your enemies don't, I don't know. Kill your friends and family. I mean, for real? No petty crook tried to put a bag over MJ's head or some shit? No ransom on Ned? Nothing? Really? The best thing for me about this was all the callbacks to the early franchise. The top almost came off my theater 4 or 5 times, but drawing again and again from the nostalgia well might put butts in the seats, but it doesn't necessarily make a good movie. The nature of this movie makes it hard to care about the overall framework of what this stage of Marvel is supposed to be about. I know it's not an Avengers movie, but take away the last 5 minutes, and what have we gained from this? I could just tell you the ending, and that's all you need to know to see whatever comes next in the chronology. No Way Home is incredibly entertaining and quite a gift to longtime fans. Everyone who's been following the franchise over the last 2 decades should go see it in theaters as soon as humanly possible. If you want to know if you'll like the new Spider-Man, fuck yeah, you will. But if you're asking me, is it good? Fuck yes, it's good. Easily the best out of all the Tom Holland movies. It's not perfect. There's things I would have changed, but I'm still going back this weekend to see it. And you should too.
I love you, but we really gotta go right now.
Fine, it was fun while it lasted.